A brother in our community, Earl Simmons, better known as DMX, has passed on to ancestry. He has been struggling with drug addiction for decades. So we are thankful that you are no longer suffering. DMX, you've given voice to a lot of pain that other brethren were feeling. You hyped us up in the clubs. We have really enjoyed your music. A couple of days ago, I was going to Google search on my phone something. And you know how to give you the article suggestions. First article suggestion was, and this is before he officially had passed, he was on life support. All the homes DMX has lost over the years. What? Why would they put this out while someone is on their deathbed? It seemed, at the least to me, quite insensitive. I didn't dare click on the article. I didn't want to give it that, and I'm not even going to say the organization who put it out because I don't want to endorse it in any kind of way. So it did rub me the wrong way, and then I was, corroborated by when I saw another hip hop artist I like, Royce da 5'9", live, and he said, he was triggered by that article as well, as I'm sure hundreds of thousands, if not millions of us were who saw it. Because it's like not just one person at that business thought that, hey, this is a good idea, but multiple people had to sign off on that. And even if one of the people or several people thought, this guy's a little insistent, maybe we shouldn't put it out, they still did it. The people outside of, in this case, the hip hop community, did not care about the fact that the hip hop community was grieving over the impending loss of a brother. They didn't care. Do you care about let me talk to people who look like me. Do you care about Syrian refugees? Do you care that the masses of women in Middle East are oppressed? I can go on and on with world issues. Do you care? Now, you can say, oh my God, I'm a good person. Of course I care. You would care to the extent that it would make you feel, oh, you go, oh. When you read an article, when you see, some video about it, oh, your heart will go out. You'd go on about your day and your business. We as a people, here, Black people in America, we do have our own things going on. We care about those the most. The masses of us aren't going to do anything, actually do anything about Syrian refugees, about women in the Middle East. Not to say they're bad people. If your household was dealing with issues such as, as in your immediate household, people that are under your roof, drug addiction, physical abuse, emotional abuse, if the children in the household are struggling, truly struggling in school, on the verge of dropping out, would you then be in a position to think, hey, because your neighbor's house is going through some similar issues, maybe less severe, maybe even more severe, whatever, would you be in a place to care enough about their situation to actually do something to help them. No, you have to take care of your situation first. They say on the plane, hey, if the mask come down, put your mask on first. You help someone else. We are in the best position to care about us. And when I say care, I mean not just go on, but to then implement something to aid to the solution of the issue. For people who look like me, what we're tending to do is know we have issues, very good at discussing what those issues are. Then we have a tendency to point the finger of, solutions to outside of us when they don't care as much as we care. They can't by the very nature. I'll tell you how responsibility and accountability. I'm responsible for me. This person, this spirit, housed in this vessel of a body, having a human experience, I'm responsible for her. I'm then responsible for my immediate family, then my community, and then my nation, which that's a whole, that's a topic in and of itself as to what exactly that means. My race. I know people are like, hey, we're a human race. Okay, yeah, but there's no denying that there is certain characteristics that bind me to be more, kinship with people who look like me. It's nothing wrong with that. What we have a tendency to do is try to take care of everybody else first before we take care of our own house. If I want issues fixed that pertain to directly affect people who look like me, then I want the people who look like me to get on fixing those issues. Who is responsible for us? We are. Who is responsible for us? We are. What? That should be kind of like a relief. We no longer have to feel obligated to beg someone outside of us to implement the solutions to fix our issues. It should give us empowerment and an empowered feeling to know we can just rely on us. They're going to go on, and they're going to be a whole lot slower to relinquish their power. If you were benefiting so immensely from a system, would you be so quick to kind of share the wealth as a mass, as an institutional setup? I'm not saying that it can't happen. Maybe a couple generations down the road. Who knows? All I know is it's not going to happen as quickly as we desire. But I'll tell you what can happen as quickly as we desire: for us to take responsibility and accountability for our community and implement solutions. The article that came out, it was just such a clear example on the fact that only those in your community are going to care. I'll be doggone if I get on here and I complain about an issue and I do not offer a solution. I'll tell you what, we have spent the last year, we've been quite emotional, quite enraged, rightfully so. And part of what has ached in us is the fact that we talk about it, we know what the issues are, but we're not like, we ache because we're not doing anything about it. It will make you feel so good to actually do something about it. I guarantee it. Well, I mean, I understand that we need a solution. That's, you know, it's kind of like, what do we do? What do we do? That's our problem. We know there's issues. What do we do? How do we fix it? There are lots of organizations, nonprofits out there who are implementing real, actual solutions. One that I can tell you about is Tapping Our Parental Power, Bricks Mortar Movement Shield. It is an organization that they're working specifically with parents and with children, because the liberation of a people starts with the family, the household. Then you will see that the work she's doing is phenomenal. Nothing is too little. I tell you what, when a lot of people, when the collective comes together and they may put in a little bit, you know, individually, a lot of hands make the work lighter. That is a Kwanzaa principle. Third day, Day of Ujima, collective work and responsibility. Equal Justice Initiative, EJI, based in Montgomery, Alabama. The movie came out December 2019, Just Mercy, Michael B. Jordan, Jamie Foxx. If you have not seen that movie, go rent it, buy it, check it out. It further illustrates my point that that movie, it's based on the life of Bryan Stevenson. He decided to take his law degree and go and help all those people on Alabama death row, because they are not they're the only state who was not automatically assigned legal representation. So he said, hey, I'm going to go and fill that gap, because most of those people on Alabama death row, they look like me. They come from where I come from, families, communities like which I come from, and nobody is going to care about them like I care about them. On a mass by design level, men of African descent are so unjustly and massively incarcerated, it just boils my blood. And the fact that he has dedicated his life to serving, to eradicate that, is something that we should all not only admire, not only be inspired by, but to help that brother. I'm going to end this video because it's getting long, and I did not mean for it to be this long. Only we care about our community. So with that knowledge, let us feel empowered and work on the solutions to our issues. Be safe, be kind. Until next time. I am responsible and accountable for this body of a soul. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. I'm responsible for me.